I've seen that some cultures really struggle financially and struggle with poverty, and other cultures really prosper. And why is that? And so I've delved into that, and the first book, I've got a draft written on it right now. It deals with the Christian origins of what we call capitalism. And a lot of people don't know it came from Christianity.
Sure.
It came primarily through. It started in the Middle Ages a little bit, but the Roman Catholic monastic orders kind of created this sense of separation to be really spiritual. You couldn't really get out there and work in the real world,
Yes.
and so you come and we'll make a confession and you'll be okay and all that. And so Martin Luther, when he did the Reformation, he had a radical departure from that whole mindset, and he began to validate all callings. In fact, the word vocation comes from a word meaning calling. It's a Latin word, vocati, and it means calling. So it really started the Reformation, and then John Calvin, and then the Reformers and the Puritans. And the Puritans came to America, and the Puritans, there really wasn't such a thing as a middle class for a long time. There's always been wealthy people, and there's always been poor people. The middle class is a new phenomenon historically, and it started really in the 1600s, 1700s, first in Europe, then in America, and it started mostly through the Puritans. They became the merchant class, and merchants were really looked down on, even sometimes by the church, as kind of defiled, trading and commerce and all that stuff.
You got dirty hands.
That's not biblical. Jesus
No.
worked. Jesus chose guys from the workforce, Jesus was a
Fishermen,
carpenter.
tax collectors.
This was really revolutionary. This was absolutely revolutionary. He was not a philosopher. He wasn't a religious, like a holy guy, a priest. He wasn't a priest. And that's probably one of the reasons they gave him a hard time, He broke the mold. And it dignified work. And so I talk about the Christian origins of work, and I also our modern understanding of economic thought, like capitalism. It's not too academic, but I'm making it sound all academic, but it is historical. And then the principles that you have to put into place to succeed today, and they're all biblical principles. I've got 7 in the book. So guys that succeed, I promise you, they're putting one or more of these principles to work.